What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We're down here at the shop today. Beautiful day. Working on Silvia a little bit, and my buddy Jay came through. Shout out Jay.
What's up, brother?
With his Y33, which looks just awesome. It's kitted up. Is this midnight purple?
It is not midnight purple. It's just a metallic.
It's just very similar to midnight purple, but not actually midnight purple. And this color is just amazing in person. I really thought it was midnight purple because it's so similar, but this is a Y33. Did you say it was Cedric or Gloria?
This is Cedric.
Cedric. So the difference between the Cedric and the Gloria is, if I'm not mistaken, the Cedric is a little bit longer. So the Gloria and the Cedric are like sister cars, except for the Cedric's basically the long wheelbase of that. So it has a little bit more room in the back seat, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure everything else is the same on them. And its other sister is the Sima, like my car. The same chassis as my car, same suspension setup as my car. And what we are doing today is we are checking his suspension setup. It came from Japan, all pretty done up like this, and the coils have they've seen better days. And these cars are so hard to get on a lift, we decided to just do it on the ground. So that's why the lift is empty. But let's take a peek at what we got going on in the suspension department. We got some JIC Magics, which is a well-known, oh boy, they are goners. The chrome is even coming off of the rod there, the piston. So they are on their last leg. They are done. You do have some real nice tension rods in here though. That's a nice little plus. So basically what option we have here is to keep the Y33 setup and just replace, it's actually still pliable, the piston with maybe a BC setup or a PBM setup. A couple different companies sell replacement inserts for coilovers. So we're gonna see what kind of thread pitch this is, and if he's lucky, then we can just get him new inserts and rebuild these coils to brand new. All right, so we got Jay's coilovers semi figured out. He's on the hunt for the parts to fix them. I got my little helper with me. And then these idiots, I look over and they're climbing trees.
His ankle is... I told you.
Ooh. What an idiot.
You good?
Help! Mike!
What are you doing?
Are you okay?
What the fuck was that?
My arm might be broken. Really? That's not good.
Now we are going in to play with my Silvia, trying to get the ride height right, so we can go get an alignment and try and fix the TPS to get the thing to run right. And it's just a disaster. Car just never wants to work with me. The whole gang be here. Savannah's got her little.
Mike, look at his head. He's got a marble. Right, is it there? Is it noticeable?
It looks like a devil horn. Oh my god. All right, so we got Silvia up on the lift, Mr. Ant. And what we are basically doing is reversing something that I had recently done. I recently put the camber adjustment plates on the Silvia, on the HCAS coilovers, because the HCAS coilovers do not come with them. They come with non-camber adjustment plates. And HKS wants you to spend another $400 or $500 on camber adjustment plates. But that's just not viable on a set of, $2,200 coilovers. So had a set of PBMs here. We took the camber plates off that, and they do fit, but the HKS spring is so tall, it's an 8.5-inch spring, that when I put the camber adjustment plates on, they're like 3/4 of an inch higher than the HKS top hats. So the coils were already bottomed out because the spring's so tall, and it pushed the car up 3/4 to an inch higher, which makes it look like it's doing a wheelie. So we're going to take the camber plates off and just put the factory HKS plates on, see how the camber sits. We might be in all right shape. If not, then I gotta upgrade to like a Swift spring that's like 6 inches tall and gain that adjustability. But for today, we're gonna throw the HKS top hats back on and see. All right, so basically, we got the coilover off. You can see the PBM setup. It's got this space right here versus the HKS setup that sits directly on the spring. That is where it is gaining that additional height. So by putting this back on, that sits in the spring and it sits a decent amount lower. And yeah, that's basically why the front of the car got jacked up a little bit. So hopefully we put these HKS back on, the camber is in a decent spot, and we'll be in golden showers. All right, so we got the HKS coilover together. You can see how much tighter it sits up top versus the PBM setup. So we're just gonna throw it on. It only took a couple minutes, not like it was a huge job, but hopefully we get the height that we need and we don't have to buy springs. I know I've said this before, but I'm so tired of buying shit for this car and just not having it right. This car's fought me ever since day one. And everyone just left, so it is time for me to close the shop up. I got one of my coilovers done. I kind of messed around and hung out with everyone, so we didn't get to finish it. But one thing I don't think you guys have seen, I made a video on it and I don't think it ever came out, was some of the parts that I've been gathering. Check that out. Super rare, full cat back Nismo old logo for the Silvia. It fits so nice, it sounds good, way better than the HKS. Car is still filthy because my hose is broken, but we are finally starting to come along with this. Got the Nismo on the bottom, and the Nismo badge right there. But what an awesome exhaust. I got a score on it and it just looks so good. I'm so happy I got it. Even if this car goes away one day, this exhaust is staying with me. So that's a forever part. But yeah, we got the other coilover to do tomorrow. And now we're just gonna pull the Sima in and call it a night. Kisses?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Got my helper. Bye-bye. Well, that's all, folks.
She was giving kisses.
Give bye-bye. And on that note, I will see you guys on the next one.